Hello and welcome to Reroll. My name is Angus Morrison and today, finally, I have a review of Saints Row 4. I am very sorry this has taken so long to come out. I was on holiday when the review codes were handed out, and by the time I got around to tracking them down, Gamescom had started. And those of you who have tried to contact a PR department in the middle of a convention will know that it cannot be done. Saints Row 4 is developed by Volition, published by Deep Silver and released on the 20th of August in the US and 3 days later in the EU, where I happen to reside. I've played it for 2 days now and here we are. Finally. Saints Row 4 shouldn't work. It shouldn't. It's an incoherent mishmash of puerile humour, dated references and disparate mechanics that have no business being so much as seen together in the same game. And yet, by the 6-hour mark, around the time I was having a dubstep battle with a flying toilet, I had laughed and laughed and laughed. Where I would tear into other games with glee for having mismatched systems and a script so hackneyed it would make Call of Duty blush, Saints Row 4 just works. Or rather, it doesn't work, but it just doesn't care. I am the superpower president of the United States fighting an alien invasion from inside the Matrix and pitting myself against everything from Titanic soft drinks to stubborn text adventures. Bring it. Saints Row has absolutely no pretensions to high culture. Sure, it throws out popular references and misses no opportunity to point out the absurdity inherent in gaming's most ubiquitous mechanics, but each mission centers solely around the question, wouldn't it be cool if? And the answer is yes. Yes, it would. Saints Row 4 sets out exclusively to be hour after hour of mindless throwaway fun, and in this it is aided no end by the setting. The steel port of the Saints' fourth outing is a computer simulation, providing a ready excuse to mess with the laws of physics and acquire the odd superpower. Of course, it does lead to a seemingly infinite stream of Matrix references, and while they make sense given the context, it was 14 years ago, guys. That's not pop culture anymore. Nevertheless, the move towards a simulated steel port might have been the best choice Volition could have possibly made. The term sandbox has been thrown around for years, but it's only in a context divorced from mundane reality as we know it that the description now seems appropriate. Want to drive a tricycle slowly down the street with due care for the rules of the road? You go for it. Want to leap clean over a skyscraper before clubbing alien scum with a live tentacle? That's fine too. The game is a hurricane of disparate ideas and mini-games, connected only by the virtual hub they share. And while so many games suffer for a jack-of-all-trades approach, again, Saints Row doesn't care. It never aspires to be a narrative which transcends self-parody, allowing each new pursuit to be introduced with little more than bluster and vague hand-waving. An event which awards points for impact sustained while ragdolling yourself across the city can lead straight into flinging cat mascots through hoops using telekinesis, stopping just briefly to steal a monster truck and paint it gold. Because why not? The game just doesn't care, and it is this lack of aspiration to be anything more than fun that makes the game a delight. Even those features which have proved a drag in titles past find new life in Saints Row 4. Upgrading the powers at your disposal is a matter of collecting the code fragments liberally scattered about the city and investing them as you see fit. On the surface, it's nothing groundbreaking. Indeed, nothing in Saints Row 4 is groundbreaking in itself, but it's not the workaday collectible task that so many games use to extend their lifespan. Because each trip across the city is so unpredictable, so absurdly amusing, you'll quickly lose sight of the main objective to hungrily chase the little blue fragments like a greedy child. And because these fragments are then invested in the absurdly amusing superpowers, the cycle is self-reinforcing and utterly compelling. You'll notice that I'm struggling to apply logical structure to this review. Though I aim for flow, my usual scripts can still be divided into topics like graphics, gameplay, story, and so on. Saints Row 4 is not so neat. It is far more than the sum of its parts, and I've little recourse beyond a string of anecdotal evidence. However, I have been able to isolate one major flaw, and that's the quality of the PC port. For UK players, Saints Row 4 is £40. That's premium pricing for a PC game, and for that money you'd expect premium porting. Unfortunately, there's nothing of the sort. Weapon Select retains the console's wheel, which happily pops up to obscure gameplay even when using the hotkeys. Dialogue choices are clunky at best, and tanks and helicopters in particular handle like shopping trolleys, without wheels. In general, the game isn't particularly polished, and £30 seems like a much more reasonable ask. Nevertheless, Saints Row 4 is riotously fun, and if you grit your teeth, take a blow to your bank balance and suffer through the rough edges, there is much merriment to be had. Saints Row 4 shouldn't work. It's puerile, disjointed, and frequently dated, but it is glorious. Thank you for watching. My name is Angus Morrison, and if you enjoyed this video and would like to see my channel grow, please do go ahead and share it across your various social media, and I will see you soon.